Have you ever looked around your house and seen the dishes, the laundry, the piles, and immediately started talking to yourself like this? Why can't I keep up? Everyone else seems to manage this. I'm so lazy. I need to do better. Because I used to do this every single day. And here's what surprised me. Being hard on myself never made my house calmer. It never gave me more motivation. It never gave me more energy. It only made me feel guilty, and guilt is exhausting. Today, I want to share with you the mindset shifts that completely changed how I take care of my home. And stay until the end because I'll share a few surprisingly simple things that help me get started on days I have very little motivation. I used to think self-criticism was motivation. For years, I genuinely thought I needed to be strict with myself. If I wasn't hard on myself, I'd become lazy. I'd stop cleaning. I'd never get anything done. So every time I would walk into a messy room, my inner voice immediately started criticizing me. The problem, when you're already overwhelmed, you're carrying the mental load, you're tired, maybe you're working, maybe you're raising kids, you're trying to remember everyone's appointments. That criticism isn't motivating. It's another weight you're carrying. Instead of thinking, what would help me now? I was thinking, what's wrong with me? Those are two completely different questions. Guilt doesn't create energy. This was one of the biggest mindset shifts for me. We often think guilt creates action, and sometimes, for a little while, it does. You panic clean before guests arrive, or you spend Saturday catching up. You push yourself beyond your energy. But afterwards, you're exhausted. And because you're exhausted, the house gets messy again. Then the guilt returns. It's a cycle. You're borrowing tomorrow's energy to survive today. That isn't sustainable. A calm home isn't built through guilt. It's built through consistency, and consistency comes from protecting your energy. Stop pushing through every low energy day. This was another huge lesson for me. I used to think every day should look the same. Every day I should clean. Every day I should organize. Every day I should be productive. But people aren't robots. Some day you have lots of energy, and some days you are surviving. Now I work with my energy instead of against it. On high energy days, I'll tackle projects. I'll declutter, I'll deep clean, I'll organize. On medium energy days, I reset the house, the kitchen, the living room, I do laundry. I do little bits here and there. On low energy days, the goal is different. Instead of trying to win the day, I simply protect the feeling of calm. That might mean little things like running the dishwasher, clearing the coffee table, making the bed, and then that's enough. This day is for resting. And here's the surprising part. Those prioritized small actions keep me from catching up days later. Calm zones changed everything. One thing that really helped me stop feeling behind was creating calm zones. Instead of believing the entire house needed to be perfect, I chose a few spaces that mattered the most. Maybe it's kitchen counters, maybe it's the entryway, maybe it's the bathroom floor. the couch, those areas that influence how your home feels. If those are relatively clear, your brain often feels calmer too. So instead of chasing perfection, protect your calm areas first. It gives you visible wins, and visible wins create momentum. Make starting easier. Something else I had to learn is that motivation doesn't magically just appear. Sometimes you have to make starting easier. Instead of trying to force yourself, remove friction. For me, that can look like putting on music I like, listening to a meaningful podcast, watching a clean with me video on YouTube while I tidy, listening to affirmations, making myself an iced coffee or a cup of tea before I start. It's funny, but that little dopamine boost is usually enough to help my brain transition into action. You're not bribing yourself, you're supporting yourself. We do this for children all the time. We make things a little easier so they can succeed. Why not offer ourselves the same kindness? Treat yourself like someone you're helping. One question that changed everything for me. If I went over to my best friend's house and she looked around and said, "I'm such a failure," would I agree? Of course not. I'd probably say, "You've been carrying so much lately. Let's just do one little thing. We don't have to do everything today." Why was I willing to give everyone else this compassion and not myself? Now I try to become that voice for myself. Not because I want excuses, but because compassion creates action much more than shame does. A calm home isn't earned through punishment. I think many of us accidentally believe that we have to earn peace. We tell ourselves, "I'll relax when everything is done. I'll sit down when the house is perfect. I'll be proud of myself when I finally catch up." But here's the truth. There will always be laundry. There will always be dishes, especially with children. A calm home isn't the absence of chores. It's learning to live peacefully alongside normal life. That mindset was huge for me. Before I finish, here are some tips, a few little things that help me when I don't feel like cleaning at all. Put on your favorite playlist. Watch a clean with me video while you tidy. Listen to a podcast you've been excited about. Put on affirmations that remind you you are capable. Make yourself your favorite drink before you start. Set a timer for just 10 or 15 minutes, and when it goes off, you stop. Start in one calm zone instead of the entire house. Use a relocate basket that I have talked about in several of my videos before. Celebrate finishing things and fight the urge to criticize how little you did. Tiny things like these don't seem life-changing, but they do reduce resistance. And reducing resistance makes consistency much easier. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's this. You don't create a calm home by constantly being at war with yourself. You create it by making it easier to show up again tomorrow. Your home doesn't need a perfect version of you. It needs a version of you that has enough energy to keep going. That shift changed everything for me. If you're trying to create a calmer home without perfection, I'd love to have you here. Subscribe for new tips every week, where I share simple systems, realistic decluttering, and gentle mindset shifts that make everyday life feel a little bit more manageable. And if you're wondering where to start today, download my free 15-minute reset guide. It's the exact method I use on low energy days to create a visible calm without feeling overwhelmed. The link is in the description. I'll see you in the next one.